Alright guys, so here it is just behind me, this little random place. I think it's called Selmun. I can't pronounce it very well. In fact, to get the bus here, I just asked him, well, I had two bus drivers, and I showed the first one this place that I stopped at, and I said, do you stop here? And he was like, no. And then the next one was like, yeah. And then I checked the routes and both buses stopped here anyway. Wow, look at this, a Paleo-Christian tomb. Let's see if, here we go. So this is Selmun. Now I don't know how touristy or untouristy Selmun is. We're going to find out shortly. But what I'm more interested in is getting away from the tourist areas and showing you guys the real Malta, because Malta is such an incredibly beautiful country with such a diverse landscape and such a wide array of culture and interesting things, and it's often left ignored on the YouTube sphere because people are more interested in going to Valletta or to Ndina or to Rabat, which of course are all very beautiful places, but equally it's been done a million times by people. And so you can watch one vlog from Valletta and it will show you the exact same stuff as the other stuff or the other vlogs, whereas here I like to think we're doing something a little bit different. You know, so you guys probably might be wondering as well, where's Tammy? Well, I don't know if you saw the previous vlog in Malta, the first vlog where we tried to live like locals, but we were trying to find somewhere to wash our clothes, and we found somewhere, and that's what Tammy's doing. She's washing our clothes. She was like, no, you go and traipse off into the countryside, mate. I've got to get these clothes sorted. So she's got her priorities right. But wow, look at this. This is as rural as you can get, guys. Beautiful. Look at that over there. We're probably going to have a close look at that in a minute. But I don't know if I'm strolling into someone's land, but where these tombs are, I'm not sure. Maybe these are the tombs, guys. The ancient tombs that once buried the religious people, Christian. I don't know what paleo I guess means like the pre-age, like the caveman era. That wouldn't make sense, because Christianity wouldn't have been formed. I don't know what that means, guys. Someone's have to explain to me my knowledge of paleo Christianity. I know what paleo means. I know what Christianity means, of course, being one, but I have no idea what putting them two together means. But yeah, this is what Malta's about, guys. And sorry for the wind, we're quite high up in the air, believe it or not. But Malta is about community, and it's about the people, and it's about the everyday life. But unfortunately, I will say this, and this may be somewhat of a controversial statement for some, but Malta's culture has been slowly being eroded away, in fact, because I was driving, I was on the buses around the towns, going through various places, Mosta, things like that, and I noticed I'd look around the streets and there'd just be loads of expats and people from all around the world. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with building a community of people around the world. In fact, I endorse that. Where I live in the UK, we have a very big culture of different people from different nations and backgrounds, and if anything, it's been a positive thing, because it allows us to build relationships with people we maybe could not have done before without travel, and it allows us to experience other people's cultures. And if you know much about this channel, you'll know that I absolutely love culture and learning about other people's ways of life. And it's not necessarily a bad thing to have a melting pot of culture, but when the melting pot is so ingrained that it's diluting the very fabric of your own heritage and identity, that's when things are slightly different for me, because it's about preservation of one's unique history. But wow, let's get a look at the buildings around here, guys. Beautiful. So we're in Selmun, which I guess means Selmun Street, or I don't know, someone maybe have to correct me. I do know Maltese. I did learn Maltese, believe it or not, guys. It's quite a, from what I understand now, quite a rarely spoken language for foreigners. You know, there's people here that have lived here for decades that may speak it, but I'm only here for a week, and I learnt Maltese. If you want to hear some examples of Maltese, if you have a look back on the previous vlog, you'll see see some of the words and examples of the language that I speak in that. But yeah, it's such a diverse, different types of buildings and stuff, and I mean, this is for me what's important, is the rural, more quiet way of life. And this is, I feel, something that is not often visited on YouTube, and it's sad because, again, Malta, rather beautiful. I mean, take a look at that, guys. Absolutely incredible. Mr. and Halaspil Karta?
Yes.
Perfect. Do you do Cisk? We had Cisk.
What Cisk?
We had Cisk. Jaki oczpok? Grazie, signor. Grazie. Grazie, Hafner. Thank you, bro. I'm very sorry, my Maltese is not very good.
But it's still what you're learning, you have to learn.
I'm here for 1 week and I've learned many phrases, but I speak to people and they don't speak Maltese.
Yes, our
Not for
language.
tourists.
Yes, but our language, you know, nowadays it's like they're teaching them more English than Maltese. So
They said to me, in the schools they're teaching English
Yes.
rather than the Maltese.
Yes,
Even
yes.
the language they're teaching it in English. And it's so sad because it's a beautiful language. It's
yes,
like
it is. But
Arabic and Italian influences.
it's Arabic, English, French, and Italian.
That's crazy. And this place is called Selmun.
Selmun.
I'm in a place called Meliha.
Meliha, yes, it's up the
Meliha.
village.
I'm there, and there's so many tourists, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired of all these tourists. I need to go and find the real Malta.
Maltese.
Okay, grazie Hafner, signor. Grazie Hafner.
To your office.
Thank you, brother. I've heard that this is the best lager in Malta.
Yeah, it's local.
Really? A local
It's
one?
local. It's local.
Ah, perfect, brother. Thank you so much for having me. Is it okay to take a seat?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Grazie, signor. Grazie. What's your name?
Neem.
Shishmek. Neem. You seem Bobby.
Nice to meet you.
Bobby, nice to meet you. Andi piace. I shall try this now, brother. Thank you. Okay. Cisk, guys. Oh, what a refreshing beer. This is nice, isn't it, guys, eh? In a nice little bar, speaking Maltese with the locals in a rustic area like this, drinking a lovely beer. Look at that as well. Stunning. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to enjoy this drink, guys, and then I'm going to continue down there and go and see that big building. In fact, I think the building is just there. Malta. Cheers. I enjoyed that. I needed that as well. Signor, grazie.
You're
Ciao.
welcome. Ciao.
Ciao. Oh, what a lovely guy. So we're going to go a bit more into the heart of the village now and to see a little bit more. But look at this, guys. I mean, I'll tell you what, that beer was lovely as well. It's so refreshing. I needed something like that. I've just been hiking all the way up there, and it doesn't look much, but it really is quite difficult to hike that far. And yeah, signor. But yeah, beautiful. I mean, look at this, guys. This is more of the off the beaten trail, you know. Yeah, not a tourist in sight, and I love it. Look at this, so beautiful, dog-friendly bay. Okay. And look at this building, guys. How old do you reckon that building is? That building, placed here, you know, such history. And I wonder what it's seen as well. I wonder what history it's witnessed. And, you know, how many people it's seen cross its paths. Let's have a look. Misra Patrialia Vella. Let's see if there's some information about it here. Oh, pardon me, guys, sorry. That was a good beer. Or a lager. I always wonder what's the difference between beer and lager. I'll show you guys, but look, I I can't actually see it. The chapel is dedicated to Our Lady of Mercy. It was built in 1982 to make up for an old one housed inside Selmun Palace. So it's probably seen a lot of interesting hairstyles then, guys. You know, and I'm a child of the 80s, very late into the 80s, unfortunately, but I did get to claim that I was born during that time. But wow, look at this. These are the service times, and written mostly in Maltese, but there are some information in English as well. So typical old Maltese village life, guys. What do I think so far? Well, I wish I had got a place here. This is lovely. And the Maltese people are so bloody friendly. They're so nice. They really are. They're welcoming, kind, just charming people. And it's amazing to have a conversation in Maltese and English. I do that quite a lot, actually. I'll speak in a language and someone will speak it back in English, because they probably realise, based upon my pronunciation, that my abilities in the language aren't too good. Wow, look at this. I don't think I'm going to trail down there, guys, because I do value my safety. And you get a lot of YouTubers who don't really value their own safety. They'll just literally wander off and go into some really dangerous places. But wow, look at that, guys. Stunning. And for me, this is what it's about. It's about getting off the tourist trail and going to explore the real Malta. I'm glad that bar was open as well. Oh, it's a lot hotter than it is in the UK right now. So currently in the UK it's snowing, so we escaped the snow, which is ironic actually, because we went to Estonia to find snow, came back from Estonia to England to celebrate the new year, and then it starts snowing in England instead. Typical. But look at these landscapes. I can't get enough of them, guys. And I feel like I'm on a personal crusade to show the people, my mission, show the people the real Malta, because too many people, they'll create a YouTube channel and they'll go to the most touristy places and they'll stick that cheesy YouTube stock music, and then drone shots, which drone shots are quite cool actually, but I don't do them myself. I can't afford a drone. It's probably more the bitterness inside me, that one is. But and like the pearly white smiles, and then like they go into and I certainly don't have one of them. I've got a gap in my tooth like Madonna, and they don't really show the real side of things. They just show all the touristy stuff, and it's jading. It is, because there's so much more to Malta, and indeed most countries, than the tourist stuff. I mean, it's interesting in its own way. A lot of the touristy stuff also contains a lot of history as well, but also with that comes prices and touts and people wanting to sell you stuff, and you don't really get this experience here. And I'm all alone here in this random little village. Is it a village? I don't know. Random little part of Malta, and trying to speak Maltese with the locals and trying my best not to be a tourist, despite the fact I am one. And yeah, it's all about effort, guys. It takes a little bit of effort to try to appreciate somebody's culture, but when you do, it really is worth it, because people really appreciate it, and that for me is the reward itself. Wow, look at that little rudimentary drainage system there. It's beautiful. Again, how old do you reckon that wall is, guys? It's got some more modern grates. Let's look at that wall. Stunning. These buildings steeped in history. Let's have a look. This project was co-financed by the European Agricultural Fund of Rural Development, 2007 to 2013. Wow. It's good to keep our countrysides alive, guys. That's the heart of our nations is our countrysides and our more rural areas. Wowzers. Let's see if I can find some information about this. So it's called Galutus, or the Arch Well, after its construction. The capital R at the top shows its connection with the Montidella Vredenzioni. The bell-shaped well is about 20 foot deep. Wow. So there must be a well down there, guys. And up there is an R. Very cool. So this is Complexta Vrizizet. Rural farmhouse complex. There you go, guys, a rural farmhouse in Malta. Hey? I got out of my way to try and give you guys the real experiences. So I can't go in here, guys, because it's trespassing, no authorised entry, and I'm not going to be one of them YouTubers who disrespects someone's country by going in there anyway. And it says Tidalox. Still getting to grips with the actual spellings, but look at that building, guys. Let's see if we can find out some more about it. So this palace was built by the Knights in 1783 on a plan by architect Dominic Chachia, I guess. Although bearing fine military architecture, it only served as a summer residence and a meeting place for hunting. It resembles Vadala Palace. Inside, one finds two large halls on top of each other and four side rooms. Between 1729 and 1979, it was housed a chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Ransom and was often used by prominent people. The Monte della Vredenzioni coat of arms over the main entrance shows three loaves and the letter R. I wonder what the R represents. Holes visible in the palace facade resulted from an aerial attack during World War II. Wow. What history, guys. Right there in front of you. We can't go in there because obviously it's not being, not being safe to visit and all that, but they are trying to, I imagine they're going to try and restore it at some point. But wow, look down here. Look at these buildings. Just imagine the history, guys, that seeps through these very walls. I love culture, I love history, I love geography. I love everything about our world. I find it fascinating. I find other people's cultures fascinating. I find other people's languages fascinating. I find other people's foods, the way they live, the way they experience their everyday life. I find it fascinating. And there's just not many things on YouTube where people really experience this kind of stuff. And well, there are outliers, there are some, but not many, guys. Let's get the camera on me so I can see it a bit better. I've got it flipped backwards and forwards at the same time. I've got to be careful where I walk, so I don't know how much of this is actually okay to walk on. But this is rural Maltese village life, guys. You know, raw, uncut, every moment captured authentically as best as I can. You know, you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing at the same time. You're experiencing these things with me. That's padlocked, so I won't enter that. Look at that, guys. Wow. Stunning. So, on my observation so far in Malta, well, it's a beautiful country which is so diverse and unique, and yet for some reason we don't know much about it, or people don't really know much about it outside of Malta. Maltese history isn't exactly something that's taught every day in schools outside of Malta, I guess. And so when I came here, I tried to do two things. I tried to learn about the culture and the language, but I tried to stop myself from learning too much about the history because I wanted things to be a surprise. I wanted to learn along the way with you guys. You know, I wanted it to be an experience for me, because if I come here knowing everything about Malta, then what is there to learn? You know, these trips for me are about capturing the moment for my memories, to share my thoughts and opinions of you guys, but also equally to capture the essence of a country that may otherwise go untouched. And do stick around on this channel as well, because that's something I'm very passionate about doing. Me and my wife both are. So a good example as well is, it was our anniversary yesterday, and for our anniversary I booked a nice executive suite in a posh hotel with a spa. The whole works. My wife's been very patient with me this year. I've been taking her around all of these countries, and not once do we go and do something lovely and relaxing. We usually go and do something rather stressful, like jumping on a 7-hour bus and crossing a border and having to get searched or something like that. But I thought I'd treat her for a change, with it being our anniversary, and we got there, and I just didn't enjoy it, guys. I didn't enjoy the experience. I found it just, there's so many tourists, nobody was speaking English, Maltese, nobody's even trying to greet people in Maltese, but I didn't let you down, Malta. I did meet one Maltese staff member, only one in the entire hotel, can you believe that? And she, I could see by her accent and her, her face and stuff, she was Maltese, and she was a little older as well. And so I said, grazie hafna, which means thank you very much, when she gave me something. And wow, look at this, Charlie's Bar, afternoon tea, beautiful. And yeah, she seemed really grateful and almost somewhat surprised, actually, because not many people do that. But wouldn't I tell you what, guys, I'd love to stay in a farmhouse in a place like this in Malta. So if anybody wants to hook me up with a farmhouse in Malta so I can try and experience that one day, then I'm all ears, as long as I can afford it, because these travels cost a lot of fun. But look at that building, guys, stunning. As I say, raw, uncut. Some people find it a bit boring that I'm keeping the camera rolling and not cutting every 5 seconds, but I just want you guys to capture the moment with me. I want you to see what life is like in a Maltese village, because look at it. It's a far cry away from what it's like down there in the cities and the towns, and there's so much more to it. So there's another place that I'm planning to visit as well, which is also a small little village. It's called Il Manacata, and it's also in Melilla, which is where I'm staying. And I met someone from Il Manacata, and I was like, I'm going to go and visit your neighbourhood soon. Wow, look at these houses and cars and caravans. So even though people are far removed from everyday life, their everyday lives in the more kind of touristy areas, I'm just going to turn my phone back on quickly, actually, because I went on airplane mode to preserve battery, and my wife is probably calling me. So yeah, it's far removed away from all that, but you still have everything you need. You've got, I mean, in there was a guy was watching TV, so obviously he's either got a satellite or an internet connection, and cars, everything you need. But we're in the rural part of town. This little farmhouse down here. Again, I'm trying to be cautious because I don't want to just stumble on someone's property. It's about respect. It's about going to somebody else's country and respecting them. And just as I guessed, the wife has messaged me. What's she saying? Okay. Yeah, she's washing the clothes and someone's hogging the tumble dryer. Thanks, guys. But yeah, look at this. And I keep saying that, guys, but as I say, you are capturing my genuine reactions. I don't know if this is private property, guys, so I'm not gonna venture any further than that. But Maltese village life, guys, incredible. Look at this. What more can you ask for? Friendly people, good beer, calm, and just listen. The hum of a machine, bit of machinery down there, but that's about it. Birds are chirping, I can hear the crickets in the grass. The air's fresh, it blows through my hair. I feel peaceful, I feel relaxed, I feel tranquil. And now I've got to trace back down there where I can't speak Maltese because I don't know if people do, but I knew that if I came here someone would speak Maltese with me, and I'm so glad they did, because I really love the language. And I only spent 2 days practicing it. It didn't take me a huge deal of effort because I already know some Arabic from the trip to Morocco. So if you're still with me on this video, which I'll be amazed if you are, because I really have just been rabbiting on. But everywhere we go, I try to immerse myself in the culture as much as I can, and I try to get as deep into the culture as I can. And I just realised as well, actually, wow, even up here in the rural mountains, not the mountains, but the rural hills of Malta, I still have mobile data and signal. Big up Labara, and I guess Vodafone. Can't believe it. I genuinely thought I would be completely away from even the digital side of things here, but I think that's it, guys. I think that is literally the entire village. I can't show no more without, I guess, trespassing onto someone's property and stepping into a territory that doesn't belong to me. But that, guys, is Maltese village life. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you liked the history. I hope you liked the buildings. I hope you liked meeting the people with me, and I hope you liked the beautiful scenery. And I really hope, more than anything on this channel, at least one person is inspired to leave the tourist area and try and go and experience this for themselves, because I tell you what, guys, this might just be the highlight of my trip now, and I'm so glad I did it. But anyway, I'm going to venture off now, back down to the tourist trail, but we are going to be bringing you some more content outside of the tourist sections, because we don't like to do that stuff. And wow, there's a guy over there, look. He's either works there or he's brave. But we're going to bring you some content from Il Manicata, and we're also going to be diving deep into the Arabic influence of Malta, because believe it or not, there are Arabic roots, or the Arab world, there's roots of that here in Malta. Can you believe that, guys? So we're going to try and find it and try and show examples and discuss the Maltese influence and connection with the Arab world. So do join us for that. But thank you so much for joining us today, guys. I genuinely appreciate if you've managed to make it all the way to the end of this video. If you have, please drop a comment, because that's big respect to you guys if you sat through all that. And big love. And I'm not going to ask you to subscribe or anything like that. That's not who we are. But I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch the channel and sharing this experience with me, guys. So thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care.